Twistouts, I know a lot of you guys want to know my regimen, so I'm going to cover weekly, monthly, yearly, and I'm going to try to make this video nice and quick, so I'm just going to jump right into it. So I'm going to start off by telling you guys the things that I don't do, because I get these questions all the time. So one of the things that I don't do is pre-poo. I don't pre-poo before I shampoo and condition my hair. I don't feel like it's necessary for me to do that. Personally, I like to strip my hair of all of its moisture and then follow up with conditioning my hair. So no, I do not pre-poo my hair. Another thing I don't do is co-wash, which is basically washing your hair with conditioner. I have low porosity hair, so my hair tends to get built up pretty easily. So co-washing for me is a huge no. So yeah, I don't co-wash. I got so many questions about the inversion method. I haven't done the inversion method in over a year. So since being natural, I have not used the inversion method. And even the last time I did use it, I only did it for 1 day. So technically that's not even the inversion method. So if I don't mention something in this video, I most likely don't do it. I'm going to pretty much tell you guys everything that I do with this head of hair. So every week I shampoo my hair, and one of the shampoos that I like to use is this one by Cream of Nature. It's the Cream of Nature Sulfate Free Moisture and Shine Shampoo. I use this pretty much every week. So after I shampoo my hair, this is one of the many deep conditioners that I love to use in my hair. This one is the Shea Moisture Raw Shea Butter Deep Treatment Mask, and I use a deep conditioner every week. There's definitely days when I, sometimes get lazy, or maybe I don't have enough time to do my hair, so I may do it every other week. But for the most part, I want to say 99% of the time, I deep condition and shampoo every single week. Yeah, so shampoo and then deep condition. And I deep condition for about 5 minutes to an hour. It really depends on how much time I have that day or what style I'm doing or whatever. And I usually put on a deep conditioning cap or plastic bag or something on my hair so that my hair can absorb the product a little bit better. So once I'm done washing and deep conditioning my hair, I hop out and I put an old t-shirt on my hair for about 10 to 15 minutes. I don't really use towels. There's, an odd time that I may use it if I forget a t-shirt downstairs or whatever, or I don't have one near me or whatever, so I may use a towel. But for the most part, it's a t-shirt, which is the best way to go. It doesn't cause a whole lot of frizz like towels do. So I air dry my hair to about, I don't know, maybe 90% or so, and then I follow up with my leave-in, which is this one, Cream of Nature Street from Eden leave-in conditioner, and I use this to detangle. And I personally use the LCO method, and yes, it's a method. I had a lot of people, trying to correct me and saying that I'm saying it wrong, saying that it's the LOC method. No, there's more than one method. I use the LCO method. Yeah, so I use a leave-in, and then I use a moisturizer, which would be my C, which stands for cream. And I use the Cantu Shea Butter Coconut Curling Cream, and I use this as my moisturizer. I follow up with an oil, which is the O. And I like to use grapeseed oil. Sometimes, depending on the style, I use either an oil or a gel, and the gel that I like to use is the Eco Styler gel, the olive oil one, and I've been using this for a while now. I've used the argan oil one as well, and it works just as good, but I always seem to grab this one for whatever reason. Depending on the style that I want to do, if I want really defined hair, I'll go in with the gel and not an oil. If I don't really care about the definition or whatever, then I'll go in with an oil. As for my nighttime routine, I get this question a lot. My nighttime routine is fairly simple. I do rock a lot of Twistouts, so at nighttime I either do like a pineapple or I retwist my hair. When I retwist my hair, I always moisturize it. I cover my hair with a silk bonnet or a silk scarf, or I sleep on a satin pillowcase. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do at night. With wash and goes, I do have a video on how I maintain my wash and go at night. I'll leave that down below in case you guys want to see it. With buns and stuff and puffs or whatever, I either take it down or leave the style in, depending on how tight the style is. Like this, for example, is super loose. I could get away with sleeping with it overnight. If it's super tight, I wouldn't sleep with it overnight because that would cause too much tension, and that could eventually lead to some breakage. So depending on how tight it is, I either take it down or leave it in. As for trimming, I do this I try to do it every 4 months. Right now 5 months is creeping up on me. I plan to do it today after this video. So these are just some hair scissors. I only use these on my hair. I don't use them to cut out coupons or pictures out of magazines or anything like that. This is strictly just for my hair. You can, obviously go to a salon and do so, but I've had a bad experience, so I haven't gone to a salon in almost 4 years. So I do have a video called Trim Gone Wrong, I think, if you guys want to see that. Yeah, I do this about every 4 months. As for protein treatments, since I have low porosity hair, I don't really have to do protein treatments, but if I were to do protein treatments, it would be a light one, and probably would be about once a month or whenever it's needed. I really don't need to use protein, and most of the stuff that I do use, for example, my Mega Growth Deep Conditioner, that does contain protein, so I do get my protein from my products that I use every week. I don't need to use any heavy duty proteins. As for protective styling, I don't do protective styling very often, but I did do one about a month ago where I installed like a sew-in clip-in kind of thing, and I do have a video on that showing you guys how I installed it and everything. I'll leave that video down below as well. Yeah, I don't do protective styles like I used to when I was transitioning. I wore protectives all the time. If I were to say how often I would do it, maybe about twice a year or so, or whenever I felt like it. As for heat, I don't use heat very often at all. I haven't flat ironed my hair since, the last time I flat ironed my hair was March of last year when I was still transitioning. I haven't flat ironed my hair since. I know a lot of you guys are wondering about when I'm going to do it. I'm thinking when I hit waist length. By the time I flat iron my hair next year, it will be 2.5 years since I last flat ironed my hair. As for blow drying, I don't blow dry very often, like a blowout or whatever. I want to say I've done a blowout. So far it's been 2 times a year. I did it twice last year, and I've done it once this year so far. And I plan to do it again today because I do need to trim my hair. So far it's been about 2 times a year. I've done a wash and go twice this year, which I did use a blow dryer. And I think I did about 3 times last year, which I did use a blow dryer. And speaking of wash and goes, I really don't do them often. I love wash and goes. After a while, I kind of get tired of them and I want to do something different. So wash and goes, so far it's been twice this year that I've done them. As for my go-to style, Twistouts would definitely have to be my go-to style. Lately I've been rocking big fluffy afro Twistouts, if that makes sense. Meaning that they're not very defined at all. There's little to no curl pattern. It's more of a fro. It kind of looks like a blowout. Just a little bit more shapely and maybe a little bit more put together, maybe, I guess you could say. Fine Twistouts and afro Twistouts are my go-to styles. I really love Twistouts. They're so easy to do. The nighttime routine process is very simple. And yeah, it's one of my favorite styles. And I think I pretty much covered everything. If I am missing anything, I will leave it in the description box. Definitely leave questions down below.